have made a little order. This is actually 3 separate orders from Amazon, and I wanted to share them with you. So it's going to be kind of like you know, watercolor related, as well as colored pencils and fine markers or fine liners. So basically, like, you know, art related stuff. So let's start with this color wheel. So I ended up buying this mini one simply because I'm using this big one, and it's great, but I tend to lose it. Funny enough, although it's big, I tend to lose it quite often because it's too big for me to keep like inside a sketchbook. So I tend to put it somewhere like in a pile, and then when I need it, it just takes me ages to find it somewhere. So I decided to get this little one and just keep it constantly in a sketchbook. It's so neat because it's so small. It's very kind of easy, and also you can even sort of travel with it, you know, once we can, of course. At the minute we're traveling from the living room to the bedroom, and from the bedroom to the kitchen, and back to the living room. So yeah, so once we can go outside and do things, you can easily take this on the go, and it's really, really neat. So I highly recommend. It's basically exactly the same thing as the large one, so you're not lacking on any information. And that's actually why I ended up ordering this big one, thinking it might be having more info rather than the tiny one, but no, it's just the scale down, exactly the same thing. So one thing though, if you struggle with eyesight and you struggle reading small text, this might not be for you, because like I said, everything is scaled down. And so if you need to read anything, so here is the large, or the large wheel, and here is the small wheel. So that's, again, I would recommend to maybe get the large one in that case. But other than that, it's just super, super cute. So I'm going to keep 2 now, and I'm going to just put it into a sketchbook. Okay, so that's that. Let's see what's next. Finally, I got the pencil extenders, which I'm not yet quite there, but I did want to have one when I get there. So these are the Derwent ones, and one is black and one is silver. I think they're metal. Oh, let's see, they're different sizes as well, 8mm and 7mm. Okay, so one is for a thinner, one is for a larger or thicker pencil. Yes, it says here for standard and wide pencils. Okay, that's quite useful. And let's just get them out. Oh, they're quite fancy, mind you. Nice. So they're hollow. You can look inside. So they're hollow, which means they're super light. Yeah, lightweight, and they're metal. I really like that. Also, they are coated in this lovely kind of very smooth texture. Is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So it's not just like a metal feel to it. So what you're supposed to do is unscrew it, stick the pencil in, screw it a little bit to tighten the barrel, and so that way you can use them. So finally I have them. Let's see, next one, I got these fine liners. Now they came in this plastic bag, which is not really fancy for packaging, but they were really affordable, and that's why I got them. If you start getting like Faber Castell or something like that, fine liners, or even better, Copics, they will just set you back quite a bit. So these are the Uni Pen fine liner, and they have 4 colors. So they have the black, they have the brown, what's the actual name, Sepia, and they have a dark gray, which is dark gray, and then they also have the light gray. Now I really wanted, I quite fancy all of the colors, but I specifically wanted the sepia ones because there's specific style that I want to try. and I have in mind for my illustration, so that's why I wanted to try it. And then you get the 01 and the 05. Let's just show you the nib sizes so you can hopefully see that it's super fine and like a regular color. Which one did I do? It doesn't really matter. Okay, so that's that, and I know that I will use the black one as well. So these are water and fade proof, so that's a good thing if you want to do an illustration and then go over with watercolor. And yeah, they're really affordable compared to other fine liners, so that's really, really good. I like the colors a lot as well. Okay, next thing is this thing which I'm not too excited about because I have already tried it. So I really wanted to try Chinese calligraphy brush. Now this one happened to be a really poor quality. The bristles keep on breaking and it just doesn't feel great at all. It also seems to have too much of that glue stuff, which even after using it, it kind of still is kind of stuck together. But I did wash it out even with a little bit of soap and warm water. So yeah, not sure what the deal is about, but what I had in mind was this trying out these flower watercolor paintings in the Chinese style. Is it Chinese or Japanese? I thought it was Chinese, but correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, so not too keen on this particular brush at all. So yeah, not sure where to get a decent calligraphy brush. So if you know, let me know. But the other thing is, it came in this set with rice paper, and I thought I'll try it as well because I've never tried rice paper, and that's something I did want to try. So you get quite a large amount. So I got 2 packs of these with this brush, and it was quite affordable. So I gave them a go already, and this is what I have painted. Now, as I was new to this, I wasn't sure which side you're supposed to use. So there's one that is a little bit rougher to touch and one is that smooth. And from this little experiment, I realized that the rougher side is the one that you should use. Now, because it's a rice paper, it's super thin, and expect the watercolor to bleed through. So work on like a matte or something like waterproof underneath to not get your desk dirty. Yes, so that's that. So it's not, I don't think it's intended for watercolor. I think they just do the calligraphy with ink, but I wanted to kind of, I like this, you know, the feeling and the sound of it, the crinkle. It's quite different to Tamoy River, because Tamoy River has this smooth feeling like it has on the back side, but the watercolor looks amazing on it. In this case, the watercolor looks great on this rougher side. So, next thing, let's just do these there to the side. I ordered some of these Made Smart interlocking 8-bin packs because I constantly need some sort of organizing little tins or little baskets or something like that, where I keep my you know, products that I want to use. So for example, if I want to pick out a few ink colors, I could just stick them there and work on a project, and that way it'd be more organized than just pulling out the whole thing and, you know, occupying my desk that way. So you get 4 of these. No, not true, hold on, you get 2 of each, is it? So in the picture it has 7 pictures here, I mean 7 trays, but actually you have 2 large, 3 of the long ones and 3 of the small ones. Okay, so basically the 2 large, then you have the 2 long ones, there's another long one here on the side, and the 3 small. So 2, 3 and 3, if that makes sense. And yeah, so they're very useful. The fact also that they come as a pack, and the sizes are super, super good. I really like these smaller trays. They're quite deep, so you can see how deep they are, and they're exactly the same depth. Anyway, let me just open it. It would be so much easier. Okay, so there we go. So 3 long ones like that, and you could fit your brushes in there, in fact. It's nice length. Then 2 of these wider ones, which are great as well. They have these dots to stop things from sliding, so that's very good. I could keep things here. Like, for example, I'll show you. I use baskets all the time, so I needed a basket to organize my Versamark, so I think I'll just use this one tray here and have them like laid out. And then these ones, yeah, I mean, they're exactly the same depth, and it's a nice depth. Like, it's not a shallow little container. They are pretty good. So let's see, I'm pretty sure you can fit 4 in. Yeah, look at that. How neat is this? So if you're working on a project, you just put them in, and again, because the edges are not slanted but straight, you know, there's the IKEA ones. I'll try to find it for you. Okay, I've got a bunch of stuff in here, but basically the IKEA ones, these ones, they're pretty cool, but the problem is they're slanted corners here, so you can't put straight things in there, and with these you can, so that's really good. The other thing you can do is you can interlock them, so if you want to kind of have them like in one row, for instance, you can just interlock them and they would stay like that. If you wanted them in a drawer, for instance, that could be quite good. If you wanted them to not, again, slide around, you could just have 3 sitting one next to another, like that in the drawer. So, again, loads of stuff you could do. You could use them for kitchen, you could use them for bathroom. I think these are pretty neat, so I'm glad I found them, and they're also quite affordable, so I'll link them for you if you're interested. Okay, last 2 items. No, actually 3 items. Okay, so last 3 items are, so this book, I haven't had proper read. It's actually, I was curious about this book because Josef Albers is, he's like really important in the color theory. So he has taught a lot of students, and he came up with these theories and things, and so I assume if you study art, you're probably going to study him. And this is a typical uni book. Like, if you ever studied in uni, or you had to write your dissertations and all that, this is a proper study book. So it's not what I thought it might be. Again, it was a bit of a gamble to order it. I thought it might be presented a bit of as an art book or like a coffee table book, but it's not. I guess the price should have given it away, but anyway, intersecting colors, quite useful to know, but just to let you know, it's not a fun book, so to speak. It's a book that if you're quite nerdy and you like to learn, then you know this is it. The science of color is really interesting though. So that's that. Let me know if you want a flip through. I mean, there's not much to flip through there, but if you do let me know, and I'll be happy to do that for you. Okay, 2 last items, which are probably the most exciting, although I'm quite excited about these as well, and these, all of them actually. But so Shimmering ink, I kept the box for you here. So this one is called Inferno Orange, and it's by Diamine. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you will know that I love their inks, and I have a few, and my favorites are these 3: Ancient Copper, Oxblood, Sepia. I'll link it all below for you. Absolutely amazing, beautiful inks. They are not waterproof, and that is why I love them, because you can create this amazing watercolor looking illustrations with them. So here I just wrote with it, and using a dip pen with a soft nib, so you can get these lovely super thin lines and the thicker ones. And here I used it as watercolor with a bit of brush and water, diluting it, as well as full on. Look at this gold, isn't it just beautiful? and you can see a bit of that shimmer when you really dilute it as well, but not as much. So you could play with it, and if you wanted to have that gold, just really make sure you deposit quite a bit of ink, like a little drop of ink almost, so that it dries, and then you have this gold sitting there. So look at this beauty. So basically this is the ink. You see, nice and transparent. And can you see this nice little ring of gold? Let me bring it up for you. So I had to stop there because my battery started blinking. So here we go. So can you see that beautiful ring here right at the bottom? So that's the gold shimmer. And if I flip it over, there you go. So once you start playing, look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? It's stunning to look at. I could look for at this like for hours. You know how they say you can look at water and fire forever? This is the same with this Inferno ink. So it takes very little time to get all the gold down from the bottom. So that's another good thing. Some things, they're designed in such a way that if there is any shimmer, you have to completely sit there like for hours, you know, until your wrist falls off. Not in this case. Look at that. As I was chatting with you, it's all come off. So the quality of Diamine inks are superb, and I haven't come across any other inks that excite me as much. I have tried a few different ones. This is just beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and the way it rides, the way it kind of deposits the shimmers is just amazing. Yeah, I'm amazed. I'm going to really enjoy using it in my illustrations. And here's just to show you 3 sizes of the bottles that they do. So there is a 30 mils, which is like a sampler size really, but there is a huge amount of there. I mean, this is like, you know, it's going to last you forever. And it is a plastic bottle, and then the, which one was it, 50 and 80 mils, they're glass bottles. So if you want to give them to someone, they're a bit more presentable. Yeah, so quite excited about that. And then finally I have this Derwent pencils. Now, what brought on this purchase was Lindsay's, Frugal Lindsay, yeah, Frugal Lindsay. She did a video, I think over the weekend, which I thought was absolutely superb. She's done a live where she was comparing 5 different, or how many? No, I'm sure there was more. Gosh, I don't remember. It was like a large number of different pencils, and she was comparing Polychromos. She was comparing those other famous ones, the Prismacolor, loads of different ones, and it was just good to see everything in one place. And the way she's done the swatches was superb, because you can really compare the opacity of these pencils. And one particular set that came to my attention, which I wasn't aware of before, is this one, Derwent. Actually, I was aware of its existence, but I wasn't aware of its like quality. And so here we go. This is the nature set. I'm trying to see, where is it saying that it's nature? It doesn't cite on here apart from the picture, unless I can't see it. So anyways, it says here, highly light fast drawing pencils, professional quality, made in Britain. 24 pencils in here. Okay, so I don't really see specific name for this set, but it had something nature in the title, and also I think she referred to it as a nature set or something, nature color palette, and also on Amazon it refers to that as well. But anyways, what it is great for is actually skin tones as well. So that's what I got it for. The colors are really, really nice, and they're really opaque. So as it happens, you know my love for Polychromos. Let me just get those. Sorry for the glare. I haven't had a chance to unpackage it yet because they literally came this afternoon and I was so happy. Also, the other thing, Amazon is doing so well. They must have had so many deliveries at one point that they just were delaying their, you know, deliveries, but now they just seem to be doing it quite regularly, and actually within 24 hours they're delivering products, which is just amazing, keeping in mind how many they have to deliver nowadays probably. So here are my Polychromos, and you can see straight away that the Derwents are, it looks like the same thickness of the pencil, but you get more of the lead. There we go. Can you see how they're much thicker? Probably should have picked a darker color for you to see better. Would you see it with this color better? Yeah, you can see definitely. So you get a lot more lead for your money, but of course the feeling of them is different. So these have this beautiful kind of opacity to them, and they kind of, I don't know whether they just look a bit more pastel-y, so they don't have that, you know, you can get the Polychromos, you can get them to have that kind of almost polished look if you really overdo it and if you layer a lot. These don't seem to be doing that, and from what I remember in Lindsay's video is that, I'll try to link it down in the description so you can go have a look. It's like, it's a long video, I think it's over an hour, maybe hour and a half, but it is useful. Just, you know, if you want to relax, make yourself a nice cup of tea, have a nice little snack going on and just enjoy that. It's like joyful to watch. Yeah, so I will do a little swatch for you if you want me to, and otherwise I'm really excited to try these out. So these colors are lovely, and the other thing that I wanted to mention is none of these colors are repeated. So from what I already have, I actually don't have like these colors, if that makes sense. So for me that's a bonus. I mean, if I take this color, it would be in between these two, so I don't have anything repeated here. Maybe a couple of the grays, but even then I'm pretty sure it would not be the same grays. You can see that they're different, so maybe similar to that gray, but again I would have to swatch them off right next to each other. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I'll compare a few colors if I can find similarities, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to be identical. Simply, even if the color is identical, the actual pencil is going to be quite different. So you can see these are a little bit similar, but we'll have to see on paper swatches. So that's because it's Sanjuine, that's it. I'm sure this is a Sanjuine, let's see. Yep, so that's Sanjuine and that's Sanjuine, that's why they're the same. Let's see about this one. Now this is Mars Orange and this one is Terracotta. So yeah, I love, absolutely love all these grays. This palette is just super gorgeous, like love, love, love it. And even their yellow ochre is beautiful. Really gorgeous color. Yes, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it and thanks for watching. See you soon.